Hi, friends. Welcome to my Facebook Live today. I'm Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and we are going to have some fun today. I'm here with Ellie. I have to prop her up here, my little Yorkshire Terrier. She'd already started taking her nap, so I had to wake her up, and she's kind of a bit in a daze. So I hope she'll stay awake just for a few minutes. I was gonna dress us all up like St. Patrick's Day and everything because St. Patrick's Day is Sunday, and I've just been busy. I've been very busy, and the reason is because I'm leaving tomorrow at the crack of dawn for Stampin' Up's On Stage, our annual convention of all demonstrators. All the demonstrators go, and it's in Houston, Texas. And we're just gonna zip in and be in meetings and stuff and have a lot of fun and then zip out. So we'll be there we get there tomorrow and we stay until it's over Saturday night, and then we leave real early on Sunday morning. Marcia, you're in the hospital? What happened? Anthony, good to see you. Anthony, I was thinking I'm going to wait and send you a card after on stage so I can send you a card with some new products, okay? Okay. Marcia, what happened? Why are you in the hospital? You weren't before. What's going on? Tell me what's going on. Yes, I'm excited that I'm going to. I'm really excited. Kind of waiting to see what's wrong with Marcia. That concerns me. Um, I will pray for you, my friend. That's not good. But anyway, at On Stage we have a lot of stuff happening. So much happening. I have There are four of us from my team of sweet stampers going together, and we're going to have a lot of fun. My friend Dr. Robin, we always travel together. Okay, I'm just going to switch her over here. And then also, and so Robin is one of my downline, which means she joined Stampin' Up! Under me. Yes, Anthony, that does sound exciting. I want you to see some of the new stuff, so I'll send it to you. So I'm going with Dr. Robin and my friend Sue Moore, who is also one of my downline. Hi, Cindy Reed. And we're all three flying over together at the crack of dawn tomorrow morning. Our plane leaves at 7 a.m., you guys. And, you're supposed to get there 2 hours early, right? And we all three have to get together. Marcia, your sugar went down real low, so they can't get it under control, and you're not even a diabetic. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry, sweet girl. I'm glad it's being taken care of. I'm glad you're in the hospital as far as that goes. Yeah, Cindy, we are just leaving so early. So I've been racing around here. I have to have everything ready tonight. But we're super excited. And there's even, once you get in tomorrow, there's a fun event tomorrow night even. So I'm just super excited. So that's what's happening around here. I don't want to leave my baby though, but she'll be here with my husband. They have a good time together. They play outside in the backyard and stuff like that. Linda Leonhardt, good to see you. Sue's Pinterest page is one of your staples. You love her projects, Anthony. Yes, well, she is an artisan. She's a Stampin' Up! Artisan. I mean, she is really good. I'm glad that you like her because I'll tell her that when I'm with her. She'll like that. Thank you, Marcia. Yeah, everybody's so excited, and we're gonna see new stuff, and I'm gonna bring it back to show it to you guys. So pay attention to this Facebook page, because I am going to be doing posting. The dog's hair is itching my nose. I am going to be doing blog posting. Hi, Margaret Gordon. Are you going to the Australia convention? The on stage? Oh, we both made it in the UK. Thank you, Anthony. Anyway, but I'll be giving updates and trying to take pictures, and I might even try to do a live from Houston, if I can, if we have time, because they're going to have us pretty busy. But we have to eat and all that kind of stuff. So I'll post things. So watch my Facebook page. Okay, so stuff to tell you. I have a lot to tell you, and we have a fun fold card today too. I've got a lot happening. Some of my favorites that you guys, some you've told me, and some of my things I bought from Amazon, like this little alcohol bottle that you push down on it. That's a lid, but you push down on the top, and the alcohol comes up, and then I can clean. Cindy reads, Sarah is at the Australian one, I see. Yes, I saw that. I know. Margaret Gordon, are you going to see her? Jeanne, good to see you. Thank you. I am excited. So anyway, I want to tell you, these are two things you guys have recommended that I get. This spiffy ruler that has the inches and fractions on it. Margaret, no, you're not going, as it's in Melbourne. Yeah, I understand. I get it. But you'll be seeing a lot of fun stuff. So, okay, back to this. These are two items that you guys have recommended that I get from Amazon. And then I have the little vacuum cleaner, which isn't here, and a couple other things. So I became an Amazon affiliate, and I put them on my blog. And you go under a tab called resources right along the top. And so if you want to order the exact things that I'm using, I know some of you had asked about these things and some other things. Just go on my blog under resources, Amazon, my Amazon favorites, I think it says. So just go over there and you can get the same things that some of you recommended that I get. Okay, what else did I want to show you? The pals, my leader is Mary Fish, and we're having a blog hop today. I don't know if any of you know about blog hops, where we hop from blog to blog. You go from one person's blog to another and see fun cards. And today it's all about the children. And so this is my blog hop card for today. And you can go on my blog and see it posted. And then you can go on to, I think we have nine or 11 other blogs, people who have cards made from current product. So I think you might like that. All right. I have a special for you guys while I'm gone to on stage. Okay, I couldn't leave you. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, I couldn't leave you without something special while I'm leaving. So I'm going to get to it here in a minute, but it's regarding online exclusives. And I am going to turn you down so that I can show these to you and talk to you about them. Let's see. Okay, good. All righty. So, I just checked the inventory status report, and almost everything is back in as far as stamp sets and dies for the online exclusives. That they were hi Polly Libby. They were such a big hit that some of the online exclusives were out right away, but they're back. Most of them are back, and I'll talk to you about that right here. So this is the Latte Love a Latte. This is the, well, let me just show you. Latte Love, there you go. And that has dies. That's completely in. The gems are not in. Some of them, the gems are not in. But everything is available. Latte Love. And this one, Filled with Fun, which I've been having a lot of fun with the wagon set. And Magnolia Mood, which I just made a card from and posted, I think, yesterday or the day before. And the only one that's out is Sweetly Scripted, and that doesn't even have dies with it, but it's coming back, of course. But these three, and then we also have the zinnias, which I didn't get, but I did get the paper. I may end up getting them or borrow them from Dr. Robin, right? Thank you, Cindy. So I'll show you some. You guys have seen most of these. So the Latte Love card. This is one my favorite card that I made from that. And this is I love this ribbon, you guys. Such cute ribbon. So that is my Latte Love card. Here is my Magnolia Mood card. I made it in a circle with the deckled circles. Isn't that? And that is a paper from the Magnolia paper. Sorry, the zinnia paper. These magnolias are gorgeous. And then Filled with Fun. I made this card and posted that the other day. I really like that. I really like that one. So my offer for you is my special. Yes, they are beautiful. Thank you, Anthony. So my special offer for you is if you spend $50 in my online store while I'm gone, and I'm going to go for 5 days. I mean, I'm here today and I'll be back on Monday, but I'm sure, resting. So between the 13th and the 18th of March, if you place a $50 order in my online store and use my host code, which is up above here on Facebook, it's down below on YouTube, and it's on my blog right at the top. It's V2NWUU3E. They always give us a different host code for each month, and it's kind of kooky. But anyway, $50 order using that host code in my online store during those 5 days, and I will send you full PDF tutorials with details for all 3 of these cards. And I know when I make some of these cards and I post them on my blog, I have people write me, email me, and say, do you have a tutorial for that? And I really don't make tutorials unless I'm doing a class. So I have had requests for these cards for tutorials. So I thought I'm going to do the 3 tutorials for these 3 cards. They're PDF. They have colored pictures, photographs, and everything. Hi, Tina. Hi, Hilda. So if you place that order in my online store over the next 5 days and use that host code, when I get back from on stage, I will send you the 3 PDFs for these 3 cards. And I was hoping what that would do is cause you to order some of these beautiful sets, because I want you to have them. They're so much fun. I mean, this is just a downright fun one. This is great if you love coffee and have coffee friends. And this one is a downright beautiful one. And then, of course, the zinnias are gorgeous. So that's my special on stage offer for all of you, because I want you to experience these gorgeous, gorgeous stamp sets and dies and cards, and they're just too much fun. Okay, now the next thing I want to talk to you about is kind of what we're going to do today. You know how I mentioned last week, I talked about all the outgoing, it's funny to say outgoing in colors. Lori Mantovi, good to see you. So the outgoing in colors, these are the ones that will be retiring on April 30th. And you know that what goes first when things start retiring, everybody snaps up the beautiful colors, the cardstock and the inks and so forth. So I like to let you know in case you want any of them. And of course, Sweet Sorbet is my favorite because it's kind of a pinky red. But anyway, so I challenged myself today to make a card for us to do in class that uses these retiring in colors. And you know what I was thinking is a lot of us have the Be My Valentine set, but you know, it's not just for Valentine's Day. And plus it's spring. I mean, spring is here. My roses are not blooming, but budding beautifully. Julia, good to see you. My roses have the most beautiful green, and you know how it gets reddish green before they're going to bloom. They're going to be gorgeous. I have like 20 rose bushes in my front yard, along my walkway. Everything is starting to bloom. My fig trees are blooming. Well, greening, I should correct that. They're getting beautiful green leaves. And I thought, you know, we thought of this as a Valentine's set, and a lot of us used it for Valentine's Day, and then I know for myself, I put it away. And I thought, you know what? The rest of the world doesn't know that. And this is a cute spring card. So this is what we're going to make today, and it's called a modified Dutch door card. It opens like that. Isn't that cute? And so I challenged myself to use as many of the retiring in colors as I could, and I got them all but one. Okay, of course, Sweet Sorbet you can see on there. Parakeet Party we've got in the leaves. Orchid Oasis, I stamped the bee's wings and his little antenna in Orchid Oasis. Tahitian Tide goes beautifully with this yellow plaid, which is one of the this is one of the Be Mine designer series papers, and this is the only one I didn't use, which was Starry Sky, but I got 4 of them in there. So let's make our card. Okay, I'll show you. This is a really easy and neat fun fold card, and I want to show you how to do it. So I want to start in the beginning so that you can see exactly how to cut it. And so I'm going to get up my paper trimmer and some of the Tahitian Tide. I've got little dog hairs all over my face. Tahitian Tide cardstock. And so we're going to cut as we normally would for a card. Our normal size cards, we cut a piece of 8.5 by 11 in half. So I'm going to do that. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is, I've got my directions here. Let me get them all put up right where I can see them. There we go. Okay, so this is the 5.5 side. I have to, you know me in math, I have to remind myself. Carol Schaefer, good to see you, and good for putting the prize, because the prize for next week is going to be this card. So this is 5.5, and then I'm going to turn it to the right, and I'm going to cut it 5.25. Okay, so it's going to be 5.5 by 5.25. And on the 5.25 side, I'm going to score it and move this down, the cutting blade down. I'm going to score it at 4.25. And I hope I've got this right. I think I do, because I was twisting. The measurements are so close. So we're just going to score it basically an inch to make it 5.25. That's it. Let me confirm that it's the same as my sample. Perfect. Okay. So we've got the standard size of our cards is 5.5, and this is now 4.25. You've been making, Lori's been making 5 by 7 cards lately. This could easily adapt, yes. And so here's the piece that we cut off, and that's, we're going to retain this. Okay, so this is the piece that starts the modified Dutch door card, just like this. And then we're going to take this piece, and this is the one that's going to come down from the inside like that. And so we cut this one. This should be 3.25, and it is. And then we cut it at 4 inches. I'm looking over at my directions to get it right. Okay, get my score blade out of the way and use the cutting blade. Okay, so this is our card right there. Now I do want to burnish that line, really burnish that score line here, because that's, we really want it to fold down nice and tight. So I'm going to just really burnish that actually on both sides. Okay, there we go. I think that's about all we need that for. And we know that goes up under there. So let's start to cut. I left the designer series paper out, so I would cut that with you so you could just see. So this is one of the Be Mine designer series papers, and it's the beautiful, this is one of my favorites in the whole pack. It's Daffodil Delight plaid, and we want this to be 4 by 5.25. So let's just cut that at 4. And then we'll cut it at 5.25, just like that. And this one should fit on the inside just perfectly, and it does. Okay, now we're going to cut for this piece. We're going to cut this pretty Sweet Sorbet and White and Daffodil Delight are the colors in here. And this is going to be, I'm looking here, 3 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to do the 3 inches here to try to save paper. 3 by 3 3/4. And let's confirm that that is right. Yep, that'll fit on there just perfectly. And then I want to ask a question of you guys. I put a little piece, a little 1/4 inch strip of this paper, which has the bee trails on it. But you know, I'm thinking I want to stamp the bee trails on there. I don't know, it wouldn't be as bright. I know that, and I do kind of like it this way. I think I will stick with the 1/4 inch because it's very bright, but I do love the bee trail. So let's cut our 1/4 inch. Okay, we just want to, I just had to talk that out. 1/4 inch by 5 1/4, because I do want it to be bright and really show. Okay, I think that could be all the cutting we have to do. So let's start putting our card together. Okay, put my sample back up. And I think we can just go ahead and get the basic card made, and then we'll decorate it. And I have an envelope with all the other pieces, parts in it that we're going to be using. So I'll just pull those out here. Yep, I got it all. Okay, so first we'll put this one down. It's always a shame to cover those cute little bees. This has been one of my really favorite papers. I don't know about you guys. It's been one of my favorite stamp sets altogether. Okay, there we go. And you know, I feel like I need to get my glasses on my eyeballs. Okay, there. And then I did go ahead and pre-cut a strip of Daffodil Delight cardstock, and it is 3/4 inch by 5 1/4. I think we might put our little strip of Designer Series paper on there first before we do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Just going to put the tiniest bit, just a tiny bit of glue on here. Just like that. I think it is bold. It's bolder than just stamping, and that's why I think I'll stick with this. Okay, we'll just even that out a bit. Move it a little to the side. And let's see, I have a little bit showing there. Let me get my scissors, and we'll just trim that little bit right there. Okay. So there's the top. Julia, you love the bee trail stamp. Oh, you lost it. Oh, I hate when that happens. And you know what? You're going to end up finding it. It'll be like on the bottom of a stamp case or something, because the photopolymer stamps are so sticky. They really are sticky. I've found them in the oddest places. I'm sorry about that though, Julia. I totally get it. Okay, so we're going to put this little piece in here. And again, you can do anything you want. This is just how I did it. And I'm really just showing you so that you have this pattern. Do you keep your fun fold cards somewhere, or patterns of them? I do. I have a box just for my fun fold cards. And I usually make others, but I have a box of the samples with their names. That's where I found this one, and I thought, oh, that's so cute. I want to make it. Okay, so here's our flap, the piece that's really going to be kind of like the flap. And so we're going to go ahead and glue the Designer Series paper right on this piece, like that. And we'll just move it right into place. And now the fun thing about this, I love that it comes from the remainder of what you use. So you can make this card with a 1/2 sheet of cardstock. You don't need to cut any more than a 1/2 sheet. I really like that. I hope you find it too. Okay, so what you do here is you're going to want this to be in the center, and you're going to want it to come down to the bottom there. just as if it's just, you know, the real card folded down. So the trick to that is to put your glue up in here, holding the base even with the base of the card, and put your glue all up in here so that it sticks there. Try to get kind of a lot, and then you just press that down and hold it for a few minutes, and then see how this, just that blue framed line there at the base looks just really good. Like you meant it to come out like that, and you did, right? We meant it to come out like that. Thank you, Kay, for sharing my video. I appreciate that. And there we go. And it's attached on the inside. Just a tiny bit of glue is coming out there, but it's not much, not enough to bother anything. And then you need a piece of basic white cardstock to go on the inside, and this is 3 by 3 3/4, and we'll want to put this right in here. I will stamp it later, and I'm just going to stamp it with one of the little flowers from the Be My Valentine stamp set, but I don't think it'll be a problem. And the trick with this is to make sure that you get it so that it doesn't show when you from the outside. You don't want it sticking out on the corners or anything. But it's a little bit easy when you're using lined paper like this, kind of graph or plaid paper. It helps to line it up just straight. So there, now all we do is decorate. That is basically the modified Dutch door card. And I think it's really cute. I don't think people expect to get a card quite like that. So I think they would expect it maybe from a wonderful paper crafter like all of us. So now let's decorate. And so we're going to put a little bee. You know, the bees are starting to appear again in the spring. That's why it made me think of spring, the bees. So let's see. We are going to use all retiring in colors except black. So we're going to use Tahitian Tide, we're going to use Sweet Sorbet, and we're going to use Orchid Oasis. Because that was my goal for this card, is to use the retiring in colors. But to start our little bee, we need some black. So my black really needs to be, let me see. Okay, that looks good. And I'm going to put it right down in here. Pressing hard because I want it to look, you know, nice and dark like a little bee. And I did it this way because I already know that that's how the punch goes. So it's easy to just slide it right in there and punch his little body. That's one thing to know when you have punches. Before you get started with your stamping and everything, kind of figure out how your cardstock is going to fit right in there. And then we'll just punch out our little bee. And there he is. And then we need some little scraps to punch out and stamp his wings. So we'll get the wing stamp. Here it is. And for this, I'm using the Orchid Oasis. And it's amazing. When I tried to use them, it would be a great kids card. It would be, Lori. So for this one, let me see. I don't know if this is going to come out quite right or not, but we'll see. As far as fitting in the punch, I think that the Orchid Oasis is really pretty. I haven't used it as much as I should have. Oops, I got that kind of upside down. Let's see. Okay, let me ponder. Maybe I'll do it again. Okay. So we could, all right, now I see. Because I don't want to waste a lot of paper. Let's see if I can get it right this time. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Now let's see if I can fit it in. There we go. Get that angle just right. Okay, and there are his little wings. You can do double wings if you want to. Sometimes I do double wings, and then his little antennas keep falling off. I need to wash my little photopolymer stamp. I know if I washed it, it would stick, but I just haven't done that, like with Dawn detergent or something. But let's check now how we're going to do this guy. Okay, so he's going to go in like that. All right. See what I mean? You really do kind of have to concentrate and get the stamps going the right direction. This is a mini heart, but it also punches out his little antennas. I think that's pretty clever, whoever designed this. Okay. There we go. So there are his little antennas. So we've used Orchid Oasis, and we've used Sweet Sorbet, and we've used Tahitian Tide. Okay, and now we're going to use Parakeet Party, this cardstock, which I have used quite a bit. Let's slide it in here. We're going to punch out 2 leaf branches. This is one of my all-time favorite punches, the bow punch. Turn it and do it like this. I don't know if you guys like it. It's just so quick to make leaves rather than having to get out the die cutting machine and everything, which I do and I love, but this is just quick. Very quick and easy. Okay, so we've got those. And now I think we should stamp our sentiment. And we're going to stamp the sentiment in basic black. And I'm going to do one of those things that hey Linda, good to see you. One of those things that I've done before, which I kind of like to do, which is I take apart the sentiment. So most of the sentiments on this set, a lot of them are more like kind of for a guy or a boyfriend or something like that. But I wanted to make it just a spring card for a girlfriend. So I want, the sentiment I'm using is, you're as sweet as honey, which is okay for a girlfriend, but I wanted to make it, you're sweet. I don't know. And so I'm just going to stamp it and cut the words apart. So we'll cut that so that we just have you're sweet in 2 different fonts, which is kind of fun too. So let's get our little scissors out here. And I don't know, I'm not really afraid of doing the cutting. You know, if it doesn't come out right, I just do it again, stamp it again. But most of the time it comes out pretty good. You just eyeball it and nobody notices. I'm just going to cut it like this. And I've already angled the word sweet. I'm going to angle it again over here because that's one of the words I want. And then I want the word your. And so then I can angle it over here. And now I can go back and make them smaller. I can make them a little thinner, I guess is what I mean. So let's just do that. And because it's just one word, it's easy to just snip that off and have it be relatively straight. And we'll just snip off a little bit of the word sweet. I don't know that we can get much of the top here because of that large T. There we go. I think that's going to work out fine. So now I think we're ready, just about ready to adhere everything. I love this bundle too, Mary Ellen. Good to see you. It is such a versatile and fun bundle. So we've got our leaves, and let's put those on first. And I kind of had them so they just, rather than having everything on this area, I want the leaves to stick up just a little bit, you know, kind of stick out, kind of like that. So I'm just actually going to put a few dots of my multi-purpose liquid glue down on the leaves. I just need to stick them a little bit, just a little tiny bit there. There we go. And I'll just put one, and I want it to extend up a bit. And that's okay if the leaves are gluing themselves down to the top panel. That's okay, that's good, because it's all one and the same. And then this one, I think I'm going to bring down just a bit, maybe even a bit more. Well, let's see. Okay, let's see. I'm, just pondering. And you can cross their little stems. You can just do. That's what I love about card making, is you just get to make it up. You just invent it. Make like a little story. The bee is out in his garden, and he's up close to the the green leaves. Just make up a story. I think it's fun. Okay, we'll let those dry for a minute, and we'll get our bee done. And so these are so easy to put together. You just put a little bit of glue on that wing, and you just tuck it right up under him, kind of like that. And then the same thing with his little antennas, except that they're so teeny tiny. So we're just going to put very little there. Oops. Okay, I can do this. I forgot I have to put his face on. You can't have a bee without a face. Good grief. Okay, we'll just set that down, and I can stamp his face on right now if I can find it. Okay, here's his face. Yes, thanks, Vicki. I almost forgot. That's why I need you guys to tell me. Vicki and Lori, yeah. Mimi, good to see you. Okay, so here comes his little face. There we go. I like that face. That's my favorite face. The little eyes kind of blinking, and his little smile. I think he's just cute. Oh gosh, we couldn't have a bee without a face. What would happen? Okay, so now the one thing that I did, which you guys don't have to do, but I did, is I put a little bow there. I like my bows. The ribbon that I'm using is Sweet Sorbet. That's why I wanted to use it. And what I did is because the bee is so delicate, I felt like the full width of the ribbon would be a little too wide. And so I just cut it in half. It is shredding kind of. But I just trimmed the little shreds off after I tied the tiny bow. It makes a nice, sweet little tiny bow. And I'm just going to pull it down, and you'll see. No, you really won't notice, I hope, that it's shredding so much. But I think it's just a cute little, it's just perfect for a tiny bee. And so I have my ribbon scissors to really trim stuff off here. So let's see. We'll just trim some of that shredded part. And I went back in after I finished the card, and I did a little more trimming on my sample. But I thought it was a little, that kind of boho look that I like anyway. And so we'll just put it right, it's sticking to my fingers. We'll put it right there with the mini glue dot. Get out our little mini glue dot. There it is. And we'll just scoop that up with the scissors and put it right down there, right where I want my bow. And press. Isn't that just kind of sweet compared to the wide? I don't really, you have to consider the size of all of your other things. So let's put our little bee on now with some dimensionals. And we're going to pretend like he is approaching the leaves. Yes, like the cutest cow. He has a little winky face. It's very cute. That's part of what makes the animals and the little creatures fun, is when they have the little faces. So I like it when he's kind of approaching that, and I kind of want his wings to stick out just a little bit. That's going to give us room for our sentiment, which we're going to put on with Stampin' Dimension, little mini dimensionals, little tiny mini dimensionals. I'm going to put 2 on each sentiment, just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put, I guess it doesn't matter which one you put on first, but you need to angle them correctly. So I'm going to put on sweet, and then let's look at the your, kind of like that. Okay. So put these 2 little guys. I'm glad we have these mini dimensionals. They come in so handy for those areas where a full dimensional doesn't work. And it saves us from having to cut down the full dimensionals, although we can. Okay, so, oh, I don't know. That, well, it doesn't look as angled as maybe it should, but you're sweet. Isn't that cute? I just think it's a fun card. It doesn't have to be, Valentine-y. That's something that I say to my friends. I have a lot of wonderful friends, and I say, you're sweet. And I write that to them on cards, so it's perfect for me, and you can change the sentiments as you please. Now I'm going to take out my Orchid Oasis ink, and there's this little, cute little kind of daisy flower. No, actually, you know what? I used the blue on my other card. Well, okay, we're going to use Orchid Oasis this time. That's okay. All the colors go together. They really do. It looks just fine. And let's get our envelope. And we'll just put a few little dots out here. So again, one of the reasons I wanted to do this is so that you guys would see the colors that are retiring and make sure you have enough of everything. If you need the cardstock, if you need the, well, like the Sweet Sorbet ribbon, we never know if it's going to continue or not. I don't see why it would, because the color is retiring, the Sweet Sorbet color. Cardstock, ink, any of that stuff, make sure that I would recommend actually getting it now. Because once they say, that it's retiring, they make a big public thing about it, then people just go nuts and really start buying. And I want to make sure, I like to let you know when you should get things, when is a good time to get them. So there is the cute little bee card, and that'll be the prize for next week. But we have a prize to give away for this week, so let me put you up. Okay, there you are. And our prize for this week, I don't know if you remember, but last Wednesday what we made was the pillow box bunnies, the square pillow box, the gift box, and we had the oval ears, and we tied a bow with this beautiful pool party ribbon, crinkled ribbon. And it isn't really available anymore because it was a free celebration item, but I had a few left over. So this is the prize for today. And so the winner for today is Miss Hilda Mossy. I think I saw you on here, Hilda, or am I imagining it? But anyway, I have your address, Hilda, and I will get this out probably not until next week when I get back. But congratulations on winning the ribbon. It is beautiful ribbon. In fact, I'm saving a full roll for myself. Bolt, they call it. I'm saving a full bolt for myself because I really like this ribbon so much. And then your prize for next week will be the card that we made today. And I won't be here on Friday, but I'll be posting and giving you all kinds of updates. And you might think of me tomorrow morning if you wake up like at the crack of dawn, because I'm going to be getting up. I think we have to leave our house at 4:30 a.m. Like my husband usually says when we get up early, he talks about fishing, even though he fished as a child. He doesn't really fish as an adult, but he always says, oh, I feel like we're getting up for fishing. So that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. But I'm going to post pictures on my Facebook page. So I'm taking you all with me. And for those of you who are demonstrators, and come and find me. I hope I can see some of you. Cindy, I get home on Sunday. The 17th. I mean, it's really quick. We get in there tomorrow morning. We start with meetings all day Friday, all day Saturday, and early Sunday we come home. So there's no real time for much. but everything, all the meetings are fun. They're like, we make stuff, we see the new, we're going to see the new annual catalog. I'm so excited. So, okay, I can't talk myself up too much right now. I have to calm down because I have to finish packing. So I'll see you guys in photos, and then I'll be back next Wednesday for a